Hi, welcome to my review of Season 20, Episode 7 of South Park. If you haven't seen the episode yet, the link to the episode is in the description. The episode begins on election night, and people, including Randy, are shown at the South Park Community Center watching the election coverage. Garrison has the higher number of electoral votes. Garrison had 286 electoral votes, and Clinton had 218. And Garrison gives a speech talking about how he'll make America great again, and he also said, "Let's begin effing them all to death." In the next scene, Eric goes over to Butter's house and asks him if he's familiar with an email he sent him in the summer. Then tells Butters to email him back, telling him what an awesome prank that was, and he's asking him this so he won't get caught by Heidi. Butters refuses to do that, and he says that Eric is a traitor because the boys and girls are at a war right now, and he is not at the boys' side, and his girlfriend is controlling him. Butters tells him that he is changed, and he tells him to get out of his house. Next, a news reporter is shown in Fort Collins, Colorado. The reporter says that all electoral votes are in, except from Fort Collins. It's been several days since Fort Collins was hacked by TrollTrace.com. And Fort Collins votes won't be tallied anytime soon. An aerial view of Fort Collins is shown, and we see buildings burning, cars that are crashed and burning, a few people running around, panicking. The reporter says since the city was hacked, there have been suicides, murders, and nearly everyone who is married in Fort Collins is now divorced. Also, a barricade has been put up so that no one can leave Fort Collins, due to people seeing the internet history of others, and TrollTrace will be available worldwide at any moment. Back in South Park, some helicopters are hovering over Gerald's house with the big light shining on his house. Few black cars pull up in front of the house also. When he hears all the cars and helicopters outside, Gerald says that they're coming for him, and they know what he's been doing on the internet. Some men dressed in black suits come into Gerald's house, telling him to come with them. After the men tell Gerald to come with them, Sheila starts defending him about what he does, what he likes to look up on the internet is his business, and blah 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 blah. Gerald tells Sheila that he has to go with them, and he says goodbye to Kyle and Ike. In the next scene, Eric and Heidi are shown sitting on the park bench at night. Heidi says that she didn't think it would end like this, and she feels disconnected from the world, and she thought that it would be the moment that proved that girls could do anything. Eric tells Heidi that she can't stop believing that, and she has to more than ever. Eric mentions how women are smart and funny, and he starts getting a little emotional, and he says that for the first time, he's scared for the future. Next, the two men in black suits who wanted Gerald to come with them take Gerald under Fremont Bridge, and it turns out that Hillary Clinton is under the bridge. Hillary tells Gerald that the election was stolen and they need help. She says that she understands that Gerald has done a lot online that he doesn't want to have come out, and he didn't want a woman to kill herself, and he was just being funny. She says that the government has a few short weeks to use TrollTrace to stop the president from getting into office. Hillary wants Gerald to go to Germany and steal their technology, and Hillary asks if he's up for it. Then, Randy goes over to Mr. Garrison's house to confront him. Randy goes inside and he asks him if he knows what he did to the country. Randy says to Garrison that he had him help him try to lose. Garrison says that he changed his mind, and he says that the new Star Wars was really good. Caitlyn Jenner, who is also there, says that maybe people enjoy nostalgia and going back to stuff that's comfortable. Randy begins to object to what Caitlyn said, and then Caitlyn projectile vomits some memberberry juice on Randy's face. Then Randy says he supposes that he could watch the Star Wars movie one more time. Now we go back to Gerald. The men from Secret Service give Gerald his assignment. Gerald will be flying to Denmark as a foreign ambassador. He's given a passport and some camera glasses. Gerald is told that when he gets to the facility, he has to plant a suitcase that will open and take down the entire facility. Gerald is told that he has to pretend that he is from the Turkish island. Then Gerald shows how he can change his voice so that he can have something to go along with the identity change. Next, Ike is shown on his computer, and then he gets a FaceTime call from Gerald. He answers the call. Gerald tells Ike that he's okay and he's just working for the government. He is interrupted when Kyle comes into the room asking Gerald what's going on and that their mother is worried. Gerald says that he's working for the government and it's top secret. Kyle tells Gerald that he needs him home and he's so confused at the time. Gerald tells Kyle that he needs to lighten up and he's a kid and he's supposed to laugh and make fun of stuff. The next day, an assembly is held at South Park Elementary. PC principal says that he understands that everyone's shocked from the election and he can't allow the school to be divided any further. And he has someone who is going to help them all heal. And then he has Bill Clinton take the floor. So Bill Clinton takes the floor and he says that he was almost the first gentleman in America. And he says that his work being a gentleman isn't going to stop. And he's asking all the boys in the school to join Bill Clinton's Gentlemen's Club. And then Bill Clinton says that he wishes there were two of them and he can't do what he's doing alone. And then he has Bill Cosby join him on the floor. And then the two sing a song about how they're both Bill and how they're going to show whoever joins the club how to be a gentleman if they're not sure. Cartman talks to Heidi about he and her need to get to Mars immediately, and he's seen what's going to happen when Troll Trace gets online, and humankind will destroy itself, and its only hope is for people to go to Mars so that no one can see what anyone posts on the internet. Ever. Heidi says that there's no way to get to Mars at the moment, and Cartman says that she needs to trust him, and he's doing that for everyone. Gerald makes it to Denmark under the name Von Miller. He goes to the TrollTrace.com headquarters, and when he goes inside the buildings, he takes some pictures with his camera glasses, and he is greeted by the CEO of TrollTrace and invited to have a meal with him. Back in South Park, Stan is over at a restaurant, receiving some counseling from Bill Clinton, and he's telling Wendy that he's sorry for what he did and how he's going to change. Stan tells Wendy that she still has to have faith in boys and he misses her. Then Butters and some of the other 4th grade boys are shown standing outside of the restaurant window. Butters, of course, has his pants down. He calls Stan a traitor and presses his private part against the window. Back in Denmark, Gerald has a meal with the CEO of TrollTrace.com. The CEO says that he's pleased that Gerald wants to help him rid the world of trolls, and then he asks Gerald if he recognizes the person in a picture, and he shows him a picture of Fraser Olengard. Gerald says no. The CEO tells Gerald about how Fraser was trolled on the internet, and while the CEO is telling Gerald about the details about Fraser being trolled, he starts laughing and he's trying to hold back his laugh. Next, the Marshes are shown at their house eating dinner. Randy mentions how America is going to be great again. His daughter Shelley says that the country is going to suck for 4 years. Randy says that they've learned that women can be anything, except president. Sharon says that he convinced her that the reason why they want to go back is because of the nostalgia people get from the new Star Wars. Randy suggests that they should watch the movie again. Then Randy projectile vomits memberberry juice on Shelley and Sharon's faces. For those of you who don't understand why they were projectile vomiting memberberry juice, is because they've ingested memberberries. They've ingested memberberries, and whenever someone eats memberberries, it makes them remember the past and nostalgia and stuff from the past and stuff. Because remember last episode, I think at the end of last episode, they show Caitlin at a restaurant, and before her drink is brought out, a memberberry falls into her drink, and then she ends up drinking it. So that's how she became possessed by the power of memberberries. Back in Denmark, Gerald finally gets to see TrollTrace.com's servers. He takes some pictures with his glasses, and he runs into Dick, the troller from back in America. It turns out that Dick is there for the same reason that Gerald is, and he got the same assignment by the government too. Come to find out, the whole trolling committee that Gerald worked with to get Denmark off the internet, except for MLKKK, who was probably deceased because he got burned alive, are there. Dick says that the government made a deal with the Danish, and Denmark wants the troll who killed Fraser Olengard and his associates, and that they got sold out thanks to Gerald. and then all of the trollers' briefcases start to go off, and then they open and they start playing the Rick Astley music video to the song Never Gonna Give You Up. And for those of you who don't understand that reference with the music video thing, well, years ago, like I guess 5 years ago or whatever, 6 or 5 years ago on the internet or whatnot, there would be a video on YouTube, right? It would say it was a certain video, right? And when the person clicks on it, it wouldn't be the real video. It would just actually be the thumbnail from the video, and the music that would be playing on that video would be the song Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And they would call that being rickrolled, which means trolled. So the trollers got trolled by either the US government or by Denmark. I don't know. In the next scene, Bill Clinton and Butters are shown chatting in Butters' room. Bill asks Butters what he'll accomplish with his pickle pressing, and Butters says that he's just angry and tired of the girls saying that boys need to change. Bill asks Butters if a girl broke his heart. Butter gets kind of teary-eyed and says no. Bill says that he knows how hard it can be, and all the women in the world are about to get payback, and they, the guys, are screwed. He says their only chance is to hold their heads low and act like they've changed the women, and soon, women are going to know everything that they said on the internet. So, in the final scene, Cartman and Heidi are shown somewhere far away from town. Cartman says they're not going to see home again, and that they're going to make it. Heidi asks Cartman if there is hope. Cartman says yes. Heidi and Cartman are shown standing on top of a hill, and at the bottom of the hill, they're looking, there's like a space center, and I have a feeling that they're probably going to go to the space center so they can find a way to go to Mars. And that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't like it, don't dislike, just keep it pushing. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my other South Park review videos. I know this video was kind of boring, but the only thing that matters is that I summarize and review the episode. Follow me on Twitter at ILUMoreThanThis. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.